Hey everyone, welcome back to Paul's Q. Today we're going to do a review on this Pit Boss vertical smoker, Copperhead 7 Series. You guys can see it. Just look all the way around it. There we go. Well, let's get into this. So let's start off with the pros of this. One, the size of it. Okay, so that's the 7 Series, so it's got decent size. It's a little bit dirty, I haven't cleaned it. I've been using it quite a bit. Glass, you've already seen that you can get it clean, not a big deal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 racks, a water pan. And down here, we have our heat deflector and our fire pots underneath of that. Out for you guys to see. There you go. There's your fire pot. So this has just under 1,900 square cooking inches from what I've researched and found. Like I said, I don't have the owner's manual for this, so I'm not sure. But it's got a lot of room. That's a pro. You can remove these racks or set them whatever height you want, or you could even hang things in it, like I do with the ribs. Just get yourself some rebar and cut it. I have a video showing everyone how to do that. Go check it out. Another pro, the size of this hopper. Now from what I could find online, it holds 55 pounds. It has a viewing glass right here that you can see through. See where your pellets are at. Come around to the back side, you got this nice little pellet dump. You just unscrew this, lift it up, and open the door. Out comes your pellets. I'm not going to be doing that right now because I do have pellets in there. That's another pro, that it has a big hopper. So it can last for quite a while before you have to refill it, if you fill it up. Now another pro that I like about this is this water pan here. I like the fact that it catches a lot of the grease and everything else. Just line it with aluminum foil or use a foil tray, which I will be experimenting with in a little bit. I've already experimented once with one foil tray, but I happened to use the wrong size foil tray. Didn't work out as well. That was my fault, user error. So let's get into some of the bad, because that's basically all the good on it. Another good is it's got 4 nice casters, easy mobile to move it around and everything else. Get it in and out of my garage. So let's talk about the bad on this thing now. Things that I found. One, the inconsistent heat. Don't trust this. When you have it set at one temperature, don't trust it. Use an external so that you can tell exactly what the heat's at inside of the pit. Because a couple of my last videos you'll see there's 30-degree difference from bottom to center, and then from bottom to top you got a difference too. I find it's hotter on the bottom than on the top, even though heat rises. This is what it is. You can compensate that, not a big deal. Another thing that I found out with this, and I'm not the only one that's had issues, when you start it up, I've noticed you got to put it on the smoke setting, start it, let it smoke, it'll flame up. Once it flames, do not just close the door and change the heat setting. Leave it run for a couple of minutes. Make sure that flame's burning good before you close up the door. Otherwise you'll end up getting a ERL code pop up and the pit will shut down itself. It'll still have power and everything else, and on the display here it will show ERL. I'll put a picture to that so you guys can take a look. So that's what it looks like when you get that ERL code. Once you get that code, just unplug the unit, plug it right back in, fire it up again. Like I said, wait for it to be burning nicely before you change the temperature or close the door. Because if you just start it up, it starts smoking, you change the temperature right away, chances are it's going to feed too many pellets into there and it's not burning properly, and it's just going to create a big smoke bomb inside of here. I'm not saying it's going to blow up, just, full of smoke, because I've had it happen to me many times now. Open the door and just nothing but a cloud of smoke coming out of it, no flame. Flame's gone out. So keep that in mind, that it will shut down for that reason. Another thing, this door, it seals up pretty good when it's closed. There we go. It seals up very well. The only part I have an air leak on is just up here in this top corner, and it's a slight air leak. It's not a big one. It's nothing that I can't live with. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me at all. The rest of the door, there's no leaks at all whatsoever. Another thing that's debatable on this for me is this cap. I'm not sure if it actually does anything or if it's just there for keeping water out if it rains or something. I haven't experimented by taking it off or that. I'm pretty sure it's probably not gonna do much in affection of the grill, but one can only tell. I will experiment with that later on. Another thing that I have found with this grill is when you're cooking stuff, you've got to monitor it to see where your hot spot's at. Sometimes it could be hotter in the back versus hotter in the front, or the other way around, hotter in the front than hotter in the back. I'm not into rotating meat or anything, but some people might want to do that just to try and have even cooking. I've noticed that if you let it go, it will just compensate itself and everything will work out for you. But to each their own, do as you please. Other than that, I haven't had many issues. The biggest issue that, oh, sorry, my bad. I did have one other issue. The other issue is this hopper. And when you look down inside there, you see those pellets. They look all nice and everything. Now, when you load this thing up for a cook, I would not recommend going to bed and leaving this thing go overnight, because I've had it shut down on me a few times now due to the fact that the pellets somehow block themselves in the hopper just above the auger, not letting new pellets fall down to the auger. Therefore, it creates that ERL code again because there's nothing going into it, and it shuts the pit down. I actually had that happen to me on the brisket that I did. I don't know if you guys will see that video before this one, but if you do, then it'll be in the video before this one probably. And I had that happen once to me. You just need to get yourself a stick. Now I use one of my kids' hockey sticks, which is long enough to reach down inside of here. So basically open it up, stick a stick down in here and play around with it, poke it a little bit, and then the pellets will drop back into the auger again, feeding it. If you catch it in time, then you won't have any issues with it shutting down. If you don't, then once again, you're gonna have to disconnect the power, plug it back in, and fire it back up again. And you'll probably have to hold the prime button just to get the pellets to come through the auger again. So keep that in mind. That's one of the downfalls to this grill. So as I was saying, just keep that in mind. Keep a stick with you so you can poke around that hopper. Otherwise you'll have issues with the pellets not getting down there. Once again, if you missed it, just hold that prime button. Pellets will come through the auger and feed back into the fire pot. And then it'll start burning again normally. So with all that being said, this is a decent cooker. I'm not saying it's bad. It does the job. It's done well so far. I do believe that these verticals produce a better smoke flavor and flavor in general with meat opposed to the other Pit Boss that I have, which is the classic model. That one is good. It cooks, does a great job. That one's never let me down. It's never had an error or shut off on me at all. And can't complain much about that one. I've recommended that grill to a lot of people and they're happy with it. They're pleased that they bought it. This one here, I would recommend to people, but I would tell them use with caution, as that's how I found. I've been using this for about 3 weeks now, and I've used it pretty good so far. I've done numerous sausage cooks on it. I've done lots of chicken, ribs, brisket. I haven't done a pork butt yet. I will be doing a pulled pork on it soon. Give that time. But I've used it pretty well. I've probably burnt close to 150 pounds of pellets in the 3 weeks that I've had it. So I've tested it out. I'm pleased with it. It does the job great. Now, if you guys are interested in buying one of these, go for it. So like I said, keep an eye out for it. Follow the steps for starting it up that I've told you. Once again, I'll just go over that quickly. Open your door, power on the smoke setting, let it smoke. Once it smokes, you'll hear that flame kick in. Once that flame kicks in, just give it another 2 to 3 minutes to make sure that's burning good. Then from there, either change your temperature to whatever setting you want to go to, or leave it on the smoke setting. You shouldn't have any issues with it shutting down. If you do, like I said, you'll have to disconnect the power and plug it back in, start it up again. Now, I watched a video the other day on a review of this, not this exact one, on the 5 Series, which was John over at 1984 Barbecue. He said he has contacted Pit Boss with the temperature differences, and they've told him to move this water pan up more. I'm not sure that water pan is going to make a big difference moving it around or anything else. I might experiment with that just to see, but I don't see how that's playing a factor into it, because if you remove that, you've still got this heat shield here, which is still going to emit heat over by where the rod is. If I pull this out, you do have your probe back there for this control panel. But as you can see, the design of this, it's quite a ways back. So it's sitting basically back where this heat deflector is. Don't mind the dirty water pan, I haven't cleaned it out yet. All in all, it's up in the air. It's still debatable whether that'll actually make a difference or not. Like I said, I might try moving it up a bit just to see, but I don't see how that's going to make a difference. So let me test that out, and I will get back to everybody and let them know how that works out. Other than that, you guys have a nice day. It's Easter today, so happy Easter to everybody. Wishing everyone all the best. Stay safe. If you guys want to see more, hit the subscribe. I'll have more coming soon. Bye.